Cowboy here. We got the deer slung up. We're about to skin it. I got my buddy Scott here. He's a professional skinner. Nah, just kidding. But he knows more than I do, so he's going to teach me how to take the skin off of this, and then we're going to process the meat, and we'll get it all packaged up. For this first one, I'm not going to do a whole filming on exactly how we're doing it, because he's going to teach me, and it'll probably be too long for all that. But we'll keep filming throughout it. We'll give you guys updates and see how the progress is going, and then once we start processing the meat, we'll do a little more filming with that. But we're going to get started on this, guys, and we'll check back in a bit. Alright, guys, we got most of the skin back on it. We're getting ready to get it right down to the neck, get as much of it down as we can. So we'll save as much of the neck meat as we can. Then we're going to take the head off, it'll be skinned, then we'll get it set up on the table, and then we'll come back and we'll do a little talking as we're butchering it up. Alright, guys, as you can see, it's on the table, it's all been quartered up. We're working on deboning it. We got brother Scotty here doing the ribs. We're going to get burger meat out of that. Slicing all the meat off in between the rib cage. I'm going to use that for burger meat. We'll grind it up. Got two nice tenderloins right here. Got my nephew working on the rear leg. He's deboning it. I've already deboned my piece right here. Still got to do a lot of trimming and packaging it up. But we're working on it. We're chipping away at it. We're going to get it done. And after that, we'll be back with a wrap up. Alright, guys. Here's some of the meat that we still have to grind. There's some meat here that's got to be ground up. There's a lot of bags here, guys. Nice steak meat in here. Look at that. How to chop meat. Got nice tenderloins and back straps on the door. I got a cooler in my truck that's coming home with me. There's that's the hide in there. There's the head. I'm gonna boil that off and do a Euro mount. Just a cooler I'm taking home for tonight. Try to get some light on here. There you go. Some back straps, tenderloins. Got a nice cooler full of meat. There's my buddy. He's stuck in between the tailgate.
You chime in and tell him how to economize for the deer.
Yeah.
You probably ended up picking up an extra 10-15 pounds of meat by picking through the torso.
Yep.
Everything that we missed on the spine, pulling out the back straps. We didn't get the back straps fresh. A lot of times you can reach in with your hand and pull them out, but the membrane was no good. And you can see in here, there's individual bones, and we went through and we took all the meat off of that, and it's going to be excellent for ground meat, especially for chili and whatnot.
That's a good point. Scott makes a good point. He taught me that. We go right in between the rib bones. I'm going to show you guys in the pail. The carcass. There isn't much left of this thing. That's it. That's all that's left of that deer. Besides the hide that was just in the bag. I mean, this thing was taken down to the bone. Alright, guys, so there you have it. It wasn't really much of a skinning video. You know, it was just miscellaneous footage, but I did want to do a little bit of filming. I'm sorry I screwed up. I lost a lot of cool footage. At the end of the video, I went to go hit record, but I hit pause. We all had a hoof from the deer, and we waved goodbye with it. I thought it was pretty funny, but I ended up losing all the footage. That's why I'm doing this little piece now to finish the video. I lost a lot of good footage on that. You know, thinking I was hitting record, I was hitting pause. You know, it was a late night. We were all pretty tired out by the time it was done. We didn't finish up till probably about 1 in the morning because we did it on a Friday night after work. By the time I got out of work, picked the deer up, went over to my buddies and strung it up. It was just it was a long night. So I lost some pretty cool footage that I thought was cool, but you know, next time I'll pay a little more attention. Anyway, guys, as I told you before, I'm going to let you guys know what I'm doing for our next video. My next video will be the Euro mount, which is right here behind me. I'm going to show you guys this before you'll see the Euro mount video. It wasn't too bad. I think it came out pretty good for my first one. A taxidermist would have wanted like $275 to do this. And as you can see, it's mounted. It's got about 11 coats of lacquer on it. The only thing that went wrong, well, before I even get into that, this plaque was sent to me by one of my viewers. I had it sitting around, and it's perfect plaque for this skull. The only thing that went wrong is, as you can see, is the nose is missing. It fell apart. When I was doing the the boiling of this, that's where I went wrong. I was boiling the water. I was in and out. I was watching my son. I wasn't paying attention to the temperature. It was more of a rolling boil when it should have been a simmer. So it softened the skull. I lost the nose. I could have glued it back together, but I didn't want it to look all botched up. I don't think it looks too bad the way it is. I'll take some pictures of it when I do the Euro mount video. But I don't think it came out too bad. All in all, it looks pretty good, I think. Anyway, let me get back to the skinning. The skinning it wasn't hard to do, but it's a lot of work. After the shot, there's a ton of work to do between, skinning the deer and getting it all butchered and vacuum sealed and packaged up. It was a lot of work, but it was fun. It was cool. I can't wait to get another one and do it again. And the next one I'll definitely film, because I think I got a pretty good feel for it. I picked up on, the field dressing pretty quick. That wasn't too bad. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on here. It's nothing you can't really learn from YouTube if you pick good people to watch. And then as far as doing the skinning, I had my buddy Scott help me, because he hunts out in Ohio. He's skinned his fair share of deer. And, it wasn't too bad. I cut around the legs, pulled on it, rolled up the skin as a handle, kept pulling on it, cutting the membrane as I go. And, that came right off. And then we quartered it up, put it on the table, cut it all up. And as you guys saw, we packaged it all up and it called it a night. All right, so any questions or comments on this haphazard skinning video, leave them below. As always, thanks for watching The Total Outdoors with the Yankee Cowboy.